Greetings, peeps. So, as far as mics are concerned, back in the day, yeah, the SM58 was kind of like the industry standard for like reasonably priced microphones. Of course, you had the Neumanns and some of the other ones I can't think of off the top of my head. However, industry standards change as time progresses, and these days we have the SM7B, a reasonably priced microphone for both professional studio work with various groups or even podcasts. However, for a lot of us, including myself, $400 is just a little up there as for a microphone, especially if we don't need it for anything serious or that can make us any kind of income, and it's more so just a hobby. So we kind of do other things or look up different things we can do. Typically, for a vocal mic, I use an SM58. And for instruments, or in like a speaker, I'll use a SM57. However, it's not too long ago that it was said there was a modification that could be done to make the SM57 get closer to the parallels of an SM7B with this guy. This is a foam cover. It is the A81WS, and it is supposed to bring some similarities, like I said. Now, I have seen some people go over this cover for the 57, even though they use a lot of post-processing and just general processing to kind of enhance it a little bit. In their videos, yeah, there are some similarities, and for essentially $140, you can get something that sounds fairly close to a $400 microphone. However, I have seen one other guy who did absolutely no post-processing, and there was a little bit of change, but not nearly the change or similarities that I saw in other videos. So I got this guy myself, and I'm going to try it out for myself. So today's video, I'll be comparing the 57 mod, and my standard 58 that I typically use for vocals, and we're going to see what it sounds like. Alright, so this is the SM57, just bare as it is. As you can hear, I don't typically use these for vocals because they're kind of brittle and high, and there's not a whole lot of lower mid-range to it or low end. I mean, there is, but it's the scale is a little bit more precise in it rather than being a little bit more prevalent like I feel the SM58 is. Now, I'm going to switch over to the SM58 and see what it sounds like. Also, my gain is at 3/4. Alrighty, so I've muted out the track so that I didn't have to turn the gain down, and I can maintain a consistent gain. As you can hear, it's not nearly as brittle on the highs as the 57 is. The 58, I mean. There's a bit more body to it. This is a solid piece of gear for like a live scenario. So let's see how close the SM57 can get to a $400 microphone, even though I've never even known that mic. Let's check, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to kind of go over my experience with putting this cover on because I think it might be a little interesting. I do know reading that this doesn't stretch out very much, and it really doesn't. So, Jesus Christ. How the fuck are you supposed to get this thing in here? Pretty sure you don't take the capsule off. I think I'm gonna break this thing. God. Do people take the capsule off? I don't think so. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Okay. This is awkward beyond all recognition. I feel like I'm tearing up the inside. All innuendos aside. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's not comforting at all. Okay. Put it down to about this mark. Okay. So I think we got it reasonably fit in there.
Okay, so. Wow. Okay. So the highs are still there, but everything's definitely a little bit more muted. Well, I would probably actually put this thing a little bit lower. Or a little bit more snug on here. Hold on a second.
I'm gonna mute it out so I don't blow your fucking eardrums or mine either. Alrighty, so, so it seems to be a little bit better. The highs are still there though. There's definitely some more body in the 58 from what I can hear. I'm going to be doing a kind of like a blind testing after this to see, or wait a minute, I might need to crank the gain a little bit more. Maybe. Okay, yeah, that gain is really fucking low. Okay, hey, there we go. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I had to really crank the gain a little bit more on that. It's almost at full, but there's a lot more body on this. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Like the fullness and low end, it sounds more like, sounds a little bit better than the 58 in my opinion. I would totally use this on vocals, but I would probably still want to put a pop filter on it, like right here, something. But yeah, wow, this is actually kind of impressive. Huh. Okay. Um, Still going to do a blind thingy. So, here's the blind thingy. I mean, of course, there's interesting mesh inside. Anyways, yeah. It might help if I plug the actual mic in. Well, maybe I can hear myself now. Yes. Okay, now I can hear myself. Wow, that is very interesting.
This is a solid piece of gear for live shows. There we go.
This looks so weird. Alrighty, so now, Jesus Christ, I can't hear anything. What the hell? Do I need to crank the gain some more? No. Oh. Wait a minute. I'm brilliant. It might help if I actually had the input selected properly.
This is the blind test. 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 This is the blind test.